Well, why don't we go ahead and get started? It's four after 12.
All right.
Meeting for November 17th, 2020. Okay, we're back in the lockdown for another month. We were thinking about trying to get back to the Eagles, but since they're closed now, but if you would meet at the Eagles after they open, kind of send me an email so I kind of know, so we can kind of get a rough number of people that might show up, even though now we're in a lockdown for another month. But just kind of let me know so we kind of get an idea of how many people might come and have lunch. Also, remember, dues are due by the 15th of December.
Mail mine.
With a set of $70 for single, I think $140 for couples. Let's see. Greg, do you want to talk about a walk and knock?
Yeah, what is that?
Yes, I will. With this new shutdown, we were concerned that it might affect us, but Mark checked with the health department and everything is still a go. It's not going to be a walk and knock. It's going to be a stop and drop. We will man 4 different stations for people to drop off goods for the warehouse. Those 4 locations are Lexington at the park, over at the mall in Kelso at Macy's, the Macy's end, Walmart out on Ocean Beach, in their parking lot, and the Cat Building itself. We're not going to need a tremendous number of our members out to work on this. We'll need people to direct traffic, and then, of course, people to take the goods from the cars and then take them to the truck, and they'll be put into bins. But that will be on December 5th, and we're going to run it 6 hours, 9 to 3. If there's somebody that wants to split shifts, 3 and 3, that's great. But we figured we're going to need approximately 12 because we don't want to interfere with the traffic going in and out of Walmart. Does anybody have any questions on this?
Should they contact you if they want to work?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Isla?
What kind of goods specifically are you speaking of?
It's, do you get the newspaper?
No.
Okay. It's mainly canned goods, canned meats,
food,
whatever in that respect. No fresh vegetables, no canned. And then toiletries.
Okay.
Anything you can think of there. People in need that also, besides the food.
Clothes?
No clothes.
Okay.
No
Baby
clothes.
food is good.
This is foods.
Baby diapers or gloves and Pampers and stuff like that's good too.
Marilyn, you had a question?
I did. I was wondering how it will be promoted besides the newspaper.
We're in the process. It should come out this week. We will have a website.
Okay.
And that website will have flyers, all kinds of information on it.
Okay, because we can promote it through Facebook very easily.
Exactly.
We have that.
Well, that's going to be great.
Do you have a flyer already or no?
No, it'll be coming out with the website.
Okay.
And that will be this week.
Greg, what about the radio stations?
All the radio stations will have it.
Okay.
As well as KLTV.
And your cat had a...
But the Facebook is very, very good for communicating, get the word out.
Sandy?
So is there going to be a post on the Pioneer Lions Facebook page that we could share?
Oh, I didn't think about that.
If we could do that, that would be really helpful.
Yeah, probably could do that. Sandy, you live up in the Castle Rock area. We've been told that Castle Rock Food Bank, which is administered by the Castle Rock Lions, have plenty of food. I think the food from the Castle Rock area will be coming down to the food bank here. Normally it stays right there in Castle Rock. Calamas will stay within the community there. So
Who is the administrator of the Lions Facebook page?
I think it's Cindy.
do we have an administrator of the Lions Facebook page?
Cindy posts a lot to the Facebook page. Cindy Pickett does. Cindy, are you there?
Okay, Marilyn?
I think I'd check with Cindy Fickett. She probably could help you.
Yeah.
We have 2 different Facebook pages. The one I've been using, there are a number of administrators. I am one of them. Cindy Pickett is another one. And there are several other people.
Okay.
Well, the long and short of it is if somebody could put up a post about the walk and knock, stop and drop, then we could go there and share it. And that would be really helpful to get the word out.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I did post one item, but it didn't list the specifics. So we do need another one, probably Greg Firth, sounds like you might be working on some kind of posting.
I'm not personally, but when I get that web page, I can notify notify Cheryl or Cindy.
I can put it on the lvpioneerlions.org and then somebody could put it on the both of the 2 Facebook sites that we have.
Okay.
All right. Thanks,
Send one to Cindy and one to Dwayne. I think Cindy has a hand in. She's an administrator on yours, Dwayne, and I think the other one she worked with. But I'm not real sure about that.
Yeah.
I'm only an administrator of one of the Facebook pages.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who the other one might be. It could be Pat Palmer.
But if somebody gets information to you, you can throw it up there, right?
I can put it on to the one
Yeah.
Facebook page, says Longview Pioneer Lions.
Okay. All right. Ken, do you have anything for zone this week?
Just a quick mention, we've gone through our first quarter. We had 8 new members join Zone G1. We also lost 2 members, so we're down to actually a total of 5 new members, which is staying above board, keeping our head above water, and really moving along well. G1 is really doing a terrific job of staying ahead of things. We've got the pilot club down in Peninsula is going to be the pilot club to the new program. Other than that, things are going real good.
All right.
I'll step aside so Brian will do a lot of talking.
Okay. Okay.
It's Hal. I have an announcement.
Yes, Hal?
Hey, December 1st is the Giving Tuesday, and I've posted once on my Facebook page about giving to LCIF and how to do that. So I'll be posting again about that.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. And I know Gino wants to have a award meeting at the end, so if you're on the awards committee, don't click off at the end. And what I'll do, Carolyn, we're going to go to your guest speaker for today in case he has to leave early, and then we can come back and do everything else.
Okay. So, welcome. Our guest speaker today is our Global Service Team Chair for District G, and his name is Brian Wolfe. give you a little bit of information about Brian if you've not met him. Brian is a charter member of Vancouver Dawn Lions, which of course is in our Zone 2. He is also currently serving as club secretary, and I believe Brian's probably been a leader in some way, an officer in his club for several years. I got to read my notes here. Brian owns his own law practice as a real estate attorney in Vancouver, Washington. He also offers other services besides the real estate. He's highly recommended. I look all this information on, and he's got a 5-star rating overall. I think that's an excellent history for an attorney. Brian is a dedicated Lion, and he loves helping people. So please welcome our speaker today, Brian Wolfe.
Well, thank you, Marilyn. I am Brian Wolfe. I am the Global Service Team Coordinator for District 19G. First, I want to bring you greetings from Bill Karcher. Some of you know that Bill has had a second stroke and was in the hospital and rehab center for several weeks, months, and is now in an adult senior family house. And he's immobile, virtually immobile, and hard to speak. But the other day, his former wife was talking to him on the phone, and he insisted that she take him to the Longview Pioneer meeting. So I know that the Longview Pioneer are near and dear to Bill, maybe his favorite club outside the Vancouver Dawn. I thought I'd bring you those greetings. The other thing I want to say as we start is that I'm kind of intimidated by giving a program to the Longview Pioneer. Marilyn shared with me your memo, your minutes and activities for the past month, and you as a club are doing absolutely wonderful. It's hard to believe that you are doing as well as you are. Now, the topic that I bring to you as a GST coordinator is that we are making an effort to do a special service challenge for the district. Now, the idea behind special service challenge is related to the increasing need for members. We are not generating enough members, as was just shown. You lose 2 and you gain 8, but 8's better than a poke in the eye. The other hard part right now is that this COVID-19 virus has really hamstrung us having meetings and doing outdoor service projects. But you've proven that it's not impossible. So what I would ask you to do is help the smaller clubs around Longview to do this challenge. And the idea behind the challenge is to strengthen your club and create more enthusiasm among the membership and create enthusiasm about Lions in the community. Now, Isla was one of my committee members, and we created this project and the goals of having at least one club in every zone of the district do this special service project. So the project is the idea is to have a new project that was created sometime between January 1 of 2020 and ends by April 30th, 2021. The idea is to get your project submitted for the challenge in anticipation of the district spring conference, which I think is the first weekend in May. So we want to have those challenge applicants in. The forms that I sent out to the zone chairman last week, and will follow up soon to the club officers, were one, a commitment to do the challenge, and secondly, a report form. And we'll get those out to you within the next couple of weeks. So the idea is to do a startup, and it's not too late, even though January 1's quite a ways in the past. Of course, with coronavirus and food banks not needed, there's lots of good ideas that should arise out of that. So the motto behind Lions is that we serve, as you all know. Service is the heartbeat of the Lions organization. I believe strongly that you can build enthusiasm through the service motto. So it's a journey. Service is always a journey, and we've learned through the years that a journey starts with a single step. But since 1917, when the Lions Club was founded, we have been doing the health and shaping humanity throughout the United States and now throughout the world. So an idea or a concept that I bring to you is to break your journey into 4 phases. You learn, you discover, you act, and then you celebrate at the end of the project. So by learning, you recognize what you need as a club and in the community. You do an assessment. You find out what you want to do. The community has a needs assessment constantly, and you can cultivate those kind of projects in your community. Next phase is to discover, and each club is able to reveal its unique potential. Every club has a community that has some unique needs that need to be done. And then when you act, you take the bold steps. And you want to make sure that your service project is very visible, so you attract folks. And lastly, you celebrate or you report. You build the club motivation by sharing the impact of the special needs, special project throughout the club. Sharing your service stresses unity of the organization. It improves our communities, and it captures the attention of other people in the community, as well as refocusing enthusiasm among your own membership. So one of the things you can do is focus on the global causes. Those are the diabetes, environment, hunger, vision, and childhood cancer. Now, if you go into mylion.org, you can find these projects that have already been identified and made a list of for every one of those global projects. You got the beginners, you got the intermediate, and you got the advanced. And I would not expect Longview Pioneer to do anything but one of the advanced projects. So that's it. Those are ideas that come ready-made. But you don't need to do those if you find something in your needs assessment where you want it, where your community needs you most. So then you have virtual meetings, which we're having right now, and most clubs are having it. The Dawn has chosen to meet less often. We used to meet every week because some of us old guys would forget what meeting days if we only met once a month. So, but we've curtailed that. Of course, the restaurant we were meeting in is closed and gone. So we found another one that we're meeting twice a month or every 2 weeks. And we're doing that because a couple of the older guys don't know how to do Zoom. They're afraid to try. So those are the things that we're kind of expecting. And again, the idea is to have a special service project challenge. We don't know yet if we're going to do contests on April 30th. I already have one submittal from Cosmopolis. They built some park benches along the river. And those are pretty exciting. Up in Lyle, one of their projects, small club again, they took over the distribution of food baskets that the school gets, and they made the distribution. So those are the kind of things you could do, probably on a larger scale. But again, as far as Longview Pioneer is concerned, I would hope that you would help your zone chairman reach out to those smaller clubs and help them engage in the service projects. Now, the service, the GST, is part of the NAMI, or North American Membership Institution, and Mark Mansell is the chairman of that organization. And he's also the leadership chairman. And Stephanie Starkey Odell from Camas is the membership chair. So we're all available to any club. I was going to get to go to some clubs, maybe virtually, and make the same presentation. So I will conclude now and ask if there's any questions.
I missed it all.
I don't. Oh, Marilyn?
I just wanted to make a comment. Brian has probably sent out a form, an application that you can fill out for that contest. Isla says yes.
The committee has them and the zone chairs have them, Marilyn.
Okay, awesome.
The club officers in the next.
Would you say that our project with the kettle corn, because we had to do it in a new way, would be considered a new project?
I think so. Now,
Okay.
if it's wholly a fundraiser, it might not qualify as a service project. But I've found through the years that most
Okay.
fundraisers lead to service.
Okay,
So
I
make
get it.
that distinction or use those funds for a specific project.
Sure.
Okay, Isla?
So far, I have identified 2 projects, and I was waiting for the rollout before I talked to the club about it. So I'll just throw them out there. Y'all can think about it, and we can discuss it whenever. And back in the beginning of COVID, earlier this year, we had a food delivery project from the grocery outlet. And I identified that as an excellent project. And also the Adopt a Senior Grad was also another project I identified, but I'm sure there are more that I don't know about. So I'm going to throw that out at you and you can decide, discuss, whatever.
Isla,
Yes?
one of the reasons we took the projects back starting January 1 was you.
And that was because we had our food delivery right after that from grocery outlet.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was why I used that as a project or wanted to. Because it didn't meet the right date criteria. So I encouraged the date change, which was accepted because it was our choice per Brian. And that food delivery project that we collected and delivered was a fabulous project.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brian.
You bet. Thank you, Isla. Anybody else?
Anybody else? Anybody else have any questions? Do not see. Well, thank you, Brian, for your presentation today.
You bet. Thank you, Longview Pioneer.
Gives us something to kind of think about and what we can do.
You bet.
Bob, do you have anything?
I'm going to listen a while, darling. I'm not going to just check.
Oh, he's going to be a stalker now.
You guys are a big club, and I'm going to watch.
Well, sometimes, some of the speakers have something else to do, so we try to get them on early. Okay, Bob, do you have anything for concessions?
Nothing for concessions. I've kind of got something for the Pioneer Lion lights. Tomorrow morning, the city will be there to put the lights up in the trees and also to string our decorations across over the bodies of water. We got 2 cables.
Okay.
One that's got a Santa sleigh that goes out on it. And the other one, I think it says Peace on Earth or something like that that's lit up. So we definitely need bodies there to help them get the pieces up into the trees, onto their cherry pickers, and then stretch them out on the cables. So I've got 6 people lined up, which should be plenty for that. In the morning, we'll meet about 7 o'clock. I know it's still dark, but the city ran into Albert from the city yesterday, and he said that they would be there at 7. So hopefully we can round up some coffee and donuts, and Louie and I are going to string some lights up around the gazebo, so we'll have some lights to see what we're eating. And then we'll help them put those up. And then I do not know how many have to stick around and help them put the barrels of lights that we went through up into the trees. I don't know if they need help or if they do it all themselves. But anyway, we might have to stick around and help that. Usually it only takes 1 day. They're scheduled for 2. So I think it'll happen on tomorrow. And then Saturday, we're going to need probably about 12. I don't see Lloyd on here. I was going to have you text or email Lloyd and volunteer, so we know we need at least 12. And, we could use probably 18. We got enough space to spread out so we're not bumping into each other. Both tomorrow and Saturday, I think we should bring a mask just to be safe and cover our faces.
Sure.
And anyway, Lloyd's not there, so why don't you give me a text saying you'd like to help Saturday. Saturday will be starting at 9 o'clock at the island.
Oh, at the island. Okay, so you're putting up more lights? Is that what it is?
Yes, all the ground lights.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Bob, you might let everybody know too, that we're gonna leave the lights on from Thanksgiving.
Yes. I might mention that Ken, I don't be through the Parks and Rec meeting with them and the city council. Ken has got the okay that we're going to turn them on for Thanksgiving, and we're going to keep them on until after Christmas vacation is over. So thank you, Ken, for doing that. I think it's important to the community to have something that they can feel good about and enjoy during this shutdown, and I think that's absolutely fantastic. So thanks, Ken.
All right. Any happy or sad bucks from anybody? Wayne? Need it. Unmute.
My happy buck is for my 40-year of service pin that I just received. It's honor to serve in the club. Also, I mailed in $10 to the post office address for happy bucks.
Right. We can always, we still should be collecting for the happy bucks, even though we're virtual. So you just send it in the dolly through the P.O. box. So, anybody else have anything? We're awful quiet today.
We are.
Pat?
We had a grandson get married over in Munich, Germany on the 31st of October. And it, with all their shutdowns and everything, the ups and downs and everything, but it turned out to be a beautiful wedding on a beautiful fall day. So, and their parents and his brothers got to be there too. So we would have been there if it hadn't been for the virus.
Oh, okay. Harold?
Yes, I have a question actually.
Okay.
I have need at home for a screen for my projector video system. Just wondered if anybody had a screen that I can borrow, a portable white screen to use for showing some slideshows.
I have one.
All right, Harold. I'll get a hold of you then.
All right. Anybody else have any happy or sad bucks? Steve? Unmute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I got a couple of sad bucks. Our little dog is probably not going to make it much longer. For one. And A week from Wednesday, I'm getting my right wrist fused.
Oh.
So finally get that done. Going in for pre-op tomorrow.
Okay.
And then on Sunday, I get to go in and have my COVID test, stick that thing up to my brain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sounds like fun.
Did you ever get that lobotomy you were trying to get?
That's what we're working on.
I can share.
Okay.
We have, as you know, several children, and this weekend, our youngest son and his family had opportunity to fly to Florida, and they were able to watch the Space Canaveral liftoff for the satellite there, the people that were going up to the space station.
Oh.
So they were close enough that they were able to get pictures, and of course it was so bright. The pictures that they sent, it made it look like daylight when it was actually dark. So, and of course, it was a timeshare, so they actually have been able to spend a whole week there and go to Disney World and several of the theme parks, and they were able to take their children too. So it was sort of a gift from my daughter-in-law's father that couldn't utilize his week, and he offered it to them. So I'm sure they probably aren't looking forward to coming back to the lockdown. And our other son went to Spokane area for work and took his family, stayed on Lake Pend Oreille. So, I was kind of jealous of all what they're doing.
Yeah.
And then we had a great mini Zoom meeting with our daughter in Ohio and her son. And, even though we can't be together, we managed to see each other in some way. That was really nice. That must be worth $5 or $10, right?
I think nowadays with everybody doing Zoom or at least calling and talking to relatives across the U.S. wherever,
It felt good.
Yeah. So like I have canceled my trip. I was going to be gone for the next 2 weeks, but I've canceled mine to Montana because they're higher up than we are, and I just figured maybe in the spring I can go. We'll see.
Right.
But with the lockdown and everything closing again, and so.
Good girl.
Okay, Ken.
Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, it has to be a happy dollar because I'm tired of listening to all the sads, especially with everything. But the happy dollar, I think it'd be nice if some of us could contribute a happy dollar and donate it to Pat Palmer's favorite charity in honor of Pat Palmer, who is going through a terrible time right now, worse than this virus is. And a terrific guy and a terrific, outstanding line. I think we all need to give a little more support to Pat Palmer. Thank you.
So you want it to LCIF? Is that what you want?
No, I want our club members personally.
I know.
Each of us that know Pat to contribute something and let Pat decide where he would like it to go.
Okay. All right. Okay. Isla?
Well, because I've been staying in place at home so well, I get to see my grandson today for his 2nd birthday.
Hey, all right. I know they keep saying quarantine, come back, like they're saying if you want to have a group meeting, everybody's got to quarantine for 14 days ahead of time, or 7 days quarantine and then get a test. So. And be negative, so it's kind of, yes?
I want to brag about my little year and a half year old grandson. He's been sitting here the whole time doing the Zoom meeting with me.
Aww.
He's like, what are you talking about?
Aww.
Anyway,
that's cute.
Got Woody and Buzz with him.
All right, anybody else? Jim Waters?
I have a sad buck. My daughter, her family live in Longview, and we get together all the time. Well, not with the pandemic, but my wife and I decided we really shouldn't go over to their place for Thanksgiving. And they had decided the same thing. So when both my wife and my daughter are crying over the fact that they've made a decision independently that we shouldn't get together. We have 2 kids coming home from college for Thanksgiving and all. So that's a sad dollar that we're not going to be. I'll make that a sad $5 because we're not getting together.
Yeah.
And a pox on this pandemic.
Yep. Well, they're trying to say for kids in college not to even come home. Because, parents want to see their kids if they haven't seen them in a while. So the kids are kind of in a catch-22. Do I come, do I don't come? So, Okay, anybody else? Okay, I will review a little bit then. Walk and Knock, December 5th. If you want to work, get a hold of Greg. Lights at the island tomorrow at 7 and Saturday at 9 o'clock. Let's see what else. If you haven't paid your dues, if you want a cheaper rate, do it by December 1st or December 15th. Okay, anything else? And wants to have an awards meeting. Greg.
Yeah, I checked with Cindy Sessions.
Oh.
She broke her collarbone.
Right.
This Thursday, she goes in for an appointment. They're going to determine whether she needs to have it operated on or whether they can do it without the operation. So she's really sore right now.
Oh.
Yeah, she didn't go to work today because her collarbone was bothering her so much.
Oh.
Watching the Food Network.
Dwayne?
Just wanted to give some information out on our Facebook page. We have 2 of them. The first one was listed as a social club, and I don't have a list of the administrators for it, but it's probably about the same as the other Facebook page, which is just a general group page. So chances are the administrator of the first page is some of those people also listed on the second page. And those administrators are Josh Claypool, Cindy Sessions, Cindy Fickett, Mark Kelsch, Eric Gatormson, and I'm also added in on the regular group page. So also on the first page, it lists our address on 30th, which would be our shop, and then a phone number, which I believe is the shop phone number of 578-1095. So I just wanted to pass that information on who the administrators are. I'm doing most of the posting on the general group one. Sometimes Cindy Fickett will post. Any other members are welcome to post whatever they want on the Facebook page.
What was the second name, Dwayne?
We have Eric Gatormson, Mark Kelsch.
The name of the clubs, I apologize.
Longview Pioneer Lions, and they're both have the same name.
Oh. Get to both.
There's a little under 300 members for each of those groups. The first original one has the lion's symbol with the 2 heads on it, and the other one, the original one is the social club. The second one is just a general club, and that's where we do most of the postings.
Oh.
The original one started around 2011, so that goes back quite a ways when
I believe people like Josh Claypool was more active in our club at that time.
Okay. Isla?
Oh, sorry, just,
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to look at these, on Facebook and I'm more confused than I ever.
Okay. Jim Waters, did you have?
I'd like a clarification about where we send the money for Pat Palmer.
Send it to the P.O. box. And I would say probably put a note down on the bottom.
Yeah, Pat Palmer.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Dolly will take care of it. Marilyn?
Does everyone know the P.O. Box? 1102, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's on the Roar also.
Okay, 1102.
P.O. Box 1102, so. Anything else?
I just would like clarification on what Ken suggested on Pat.
Okay.
He said $1.
Ken, do you want to read?
25.
Do I want to what?
Well, Marilyn wants a clarification on what you want us to do for Pat.
Any member that would like to contribute $1 or 50 cents or whatever, send it to Postal Box 1102, Longview Pioneer Lions, with a caption on it that this is for the Pat Palmer Fund. When that is all finished, I would say sometime around Christmas, the money that is in that, we would give to Pat Palmer one big check from everybody. If you send a check, that's fine. Make it out to the Pat Palmer Foundation or Pat Palmer Program. And when it comes time to give it to Pat Palmer, we will give it to him. Most likely tell us where he would like it to go.
Okay.
Not where to put it, but where we would like it to go.
Okay. So write the check first to Pioneer Lions and put it on it on Pat Palmer. So.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Do we need any more clarification on that? Is that okay, Marilyn? Okay. That's all I have for today. So I will adjourn this meeting. But if you are on the awards.